kind of blows a little bit side offshore. It's not straight from your back. So the wind swell generated by the wind kind of blows you a little bit offshore, out to the left a little bit. And if you're only catching the small bumps, slower moving smaller bumps to the left, which is the wind swell created by the offshore wind, then a lot of people struggle to stay inside and kind of get pushed out to sea a little bit. And they're struggling, always paddling on the left the whole time. But if you learn how to catch those faster runners that are moving in from the right, coming from the left and moving you to the right, then you'll not only go much faster, but you'll find that they want to push you in. And a lot of times I actually find myself struggling to stay out far enough so I can keep kind of catching those runners going to the right, or I end up too far inside of the direct line. So right now I'm just kind of catching those smaller ones, waiting for an opportunity to get a good one to the right. And here, this one looks good, so I'm going to paddle hard, try to get into it. Ooh, stepping forward, now moving back. Stay with it. I'm going to move back to the left. As the bigger one peters out, I'm trying to keep the speed and get on the back of a smaller one. Stay with that a little bit. Move back out again, and then wait for a good opportunity to catch a faster one back to the right. And you want to avoid going straight into the steepest trough, because then your nose is going to bury. So it's good to kind of ride the bumps a little bit diagonally, especially if the bump's really steep. You don't want to go straight with the power. Also, by doing that, you can kind of kick out of it with speed, and then get way back on my rudder here. I'm going to kick out with some speed so you can maintain that momentum into the next bump. Here we go, I'm still following it. It's a good one. And it's going to keep moving here to the right. Always keep an eye left and right, skimming the rudder, looking for the good opportunities to keep moving. My lap speed, 7:24, not bad. When it's really good, I can sometimes do miles in under 7 minutes, but that's pretty rare on the Hawaii Kai run. So under 7.5 minutes a mile is pretty good speed. And I do like to use the GPS to see what's going on, how fast I'm going. I can sometimes tell about the tides too. If the tide's good, the run's going to be a lot faster than on a bad tide. In Hawaii Kai, usually the rising tide will give us faster conditions than the dropping tide. So today we met up at 5:45 in the morning so we could get an early start before the tide drops. Whoa, here my nose kind of went under, almost threw me off. Here's another one going to the right a little bit, small kind. Following it. Okay, I'm going to move back to the left a little bit, trying to get on these slower ones, keep the momentum. I want to slow down, relax. Okay, now I'm going to start paddling again to the back of the wave in front of me. Another good tip is paddle early and stop early. So some people wait till their tail actually gets lifted up by the wave. I think the better way to do it is paddle before your tail lifts up, and as soon as the tail lifts up, stop paddling and glide. Relax. Try to relax as much as you can. Sometimes it's worth it. Take a few hard strokes to stay with it a little bit longer, keep your momentum, and then find another little bump to carry off the back of the wave, keep your momentum. Now I'm kind of slowed down again. That's it. Okay, switch to paddle. I always like to switch sides when I'm not catching the bump, so I don't lose momentum when I'm switching. So while you're catching the bump, don't try to switch sides. Try to just keep your paddle on one side until you're on it. now I'm gliding on it so I can move back, switch my paddle. I always keep the paddle low to the water so in case I lose my balance I can skim it. And the further out you get it to the side, the more it's going to help you balance. Alright, so I'm filming this with my new GoPro HD3 Black Edition, which has a cool little handheld remote like this that lets me start and stop the video at any time. So here we go, I got a nice one. Going a little bit to the right, following it, staying with it, back forward. Okay, I'm trying to keep my momentum, looking for something to catch back to the left. Turn back to the left a little bit. Okay, here's the little one I can follow back out. So when I catch those bigger runners to the right, I gotta make sure I go back out again to the left, going downwind to wind. So it's a lot of zigzagging going on actually. People think we're heading a straight line A to B, which is actually the shortest distance, a straight line. But in a downwinder, if you're not zigzagging, you're not making the most of the ocean energy. So always move with the energy of the ocean, not in a straight line. Here we go, I'm way back. Alright. Back forward again on the rudder. If I didn't move back on that one, I wouldn't have gotten that much speed, and also my nose would have probably pearled. Here's another one. Go, go, go. Alright. In. Glide. Try to make the most of it. I'm going to go into the left and I'm going to try to follow the smaller back here. Go back out. Whew. Relax a little bit. Takes a lot of energy and power to get into those bigger ones. And there is a difference in the stroke technique that you want to use for downwinders. I stay a lot more upright. I don't bend in as deep as I do when I'm flat water paddling. Don't use as much of the leaning forward into it. More upright, quicker strokes, really up front, especially to catch the bump. Keep the stroke up front, quick taps in the water. When you're on the bump, you're trying to stay with it, you can go a little bit longer, faster, longer strokes. You're moving at much higher speeds, and it's actually hard to stroke that quick when you go on over 10 miles an hour on the bump. But sometimes you need to take a few quick strokes, stay on it a little bit longer. So right now I'm just kind of relaxing, waiting for an opportunity to catch another good bump. Let's see, I'm gonna wait for it. This next one might look good. It's moving under me, trying to get some speed, not really. Here we go, this one. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit to the right. Come on. I didn't quite make it. Still got some momentum though. The next one's gonna be good. Here we go. Alright, now I'm in it. I'm gonna go a little bit to the right, way back on the tail, get back to the left. Okay, here's another one. This one's gonna take me kind of to the left, which is good. I'm gonna get back out. Move back, glide, keep the momentum. On off the back, trying to keep up the speed, get into the next one. There we go. Okay. I have a catch up with the breath. The heart calm down a little bit. I want to have that energy for the good ones. Don't waste your energy. Whew. And then another good tip is when you're gliding, push your hips forward, get your hips up front. That way you move your weight forward a little bit and you just relax your back and your upper body to Just a totally relaxed stance, kind of that soul surfer, soul arc stance that longboarders use too. Really helps you relax and actually works really well to glide in that position. Throw the paddle out and stick the hips forward. It's very good way to relax while you're gliding. All right, here's another one. Building, trying to stay with it. Come on. All right, got it. Oh, okay. I made it into one. It didn't take me very far, so that was kind of a waste of energy. I want to make the most of it. And this one I kind of miscalculated it. Didn't get much of a run out of it. When I'm paddling that hard, I want to make sure I get into the bump. It's going to carry me far and long and fast. This one looks promising. I'll follow it to the right. There you go. That looks good. Kind of still forming right here. I'm going to follow it to the left a little bit. There we go. Nice. Alright, still on it. Kind of flattening out, so I have to help it out with the paddle. It's kind of, okay. Kind of dropped out of it, but the next one looks good too. Still got momentum. There we go. Falling right into the next one. Back to the left. Stay with it. Okay, I lost that one. Here's another one.